My beloved child, stop scrolling for just one moment. I need you to listen. Why do you think you keep waking up at exactly 3:00 a.m., staring at the ceiling, feeling a weight you cannot explain? You call it insomnia. You call it anxiety. But I'm telling you the truth you have been missing. It is not a sleep disorder. It is a summons. It is a divine interruption. You're watching this right now because you ignored the whisper. So I have orchestrated this very moment to deliver the warning you can no longer afford to ignore. We have witnessed your silent screams when life crushed your spirit and left you gasping for hope. You have looked at the chaos surrounding you, the financial blocked doors, the relationships that suddenly turned cold, and you have asked the question that haunts every suffering soul. Have I done something wrong? The enemy has been working overtime to whisper lies in your ear, telling you that you are forgotten, abandoned, or unworthy. But I am here to shatter every lie with the hammer of divine truth. You are not being punished, my child. You are being positioned. The storm is not trying to destroy you. It is trying to clear your path. This is your sacred interruption, your divine appointment. The forces of light and darkness have been battling over your soul, and today, light wins. Today, heaven breaks through the noise of a chaotic world to deliver a message so urgent that it will split your existence into before and after this moment. You have been chosen, my beloved, not because you are perfect, not because you never stumble. You have been chosen because your heart still beats with the rhythm of hope, even when your mind tells you to give up. Somewhere deep within you burns an unquenchable flame that refuses to be extinguished by the cold winds of this world. The enemy has targeted you specifically because he fears you. He has sent disappointment after disappointment to fracture your spirit. He has orchestrated betrayals from those closest to you to make you question love itself. He has whispered that your sensitivity is a weakness, that your kindness is a flaw. But you must understand this. The intensity of the battle is not a sign of your defeat. It is the proof of your significance. You are not a victim of bad luck. You are a threat to darkness. The enemy doesn't waste ammunition on empty vessels. He attacks you because you are full of something he cannot manufacture, God's pure light. This is the warning you have been ignoring. That feeling of not belonging, that deep restlessness in your spirit, is not confusion. It is your destiny trying to wake you up. You have been trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, trying to live a normal life when you were designed for a supernatural one. The warning is simple. Stop shrinking back. Stop trying to make people understand you who are committed to misunderstanding you. If you continue to ignore this call to rise, you will remain stuck in a loop of mediocrity that was never meant for you. The discomfort you feel is not your enemy. It is the alarm clock ringing to announce your new season. We are living in the most extraordinary time in human history. The veils between the physical and spiritual realms are thinning. The supernatural is breaking into the natural with unprecedented power. And you, my precious child, are not just a witness to this great awakening. You are a participant, a key player in the cosmic drama that is about to unfold. Can you feel it? That stirring in your spirit, that quickening in your heart. That is not your imagination. That is the Holy Spirit awakening gifts within you that have been dormant for decades, preparing you for a role you haven't even dared to dream of. You have often wondered why you felt like a stranger in your own family, an alien in your workplace. You looked at others who seemed to fit in so easily, and you thought something was wrong with you. But listen closely. You were not rejected. You were set apart. I could not let you get comfortable in places where you didn't belong, because if you had fit in, you would have stayed there. The loneliness you have felt was actually my hand of protection, keeping you from settling for a life that was too small for your spirit. Your separation was the incubation room for your elevation. The enemy has tried to use this season of isolation to break your mind. He wants you to believe that you are alone because you are unlovable. But that is the lie of the accuser. The truth is, you are alone because you are being consecrated. You are the first one, the first in your lineage to break the chains that have bound your family for generations. Do you realize the magnitude of this assignment? You are not just fighting for yourself. You are fighting for the freedom of your children and your children's children. You are the cycle breaker. Why has your life been harder than others? Why have you faced mountains that they never had to climb? It is because you are carrying the weight of a bloodline. You are dealing with spiritual shadows that your ancestors never dared to confront. Every time you push forward, every time you choose hope over despair, you are uprooting old, bitter seeds planted decades before you were even born. It feels heavy because you are literally reshaping the spiritual DNA of your family tree. You are the portal through which a new legacy of blessing will flow. But first, you must endure the pressure of the transformation. The enemy whispers that I have gone silent. He points to your empty bank account, your unanswered questions, and your lingering pain as evidence that I have walked away. But silence is not absence. It is the laboratory of faith. When the teacher is silent, it is because the student is in the middle of a test. I have been standing right beside you in the furnace, not a spectator, but a participant. I am not watching you drown. I am teaching you how to walk on top of what once tried to swallow you. Every moment you felt I was furthest away was actually the moment I was holding you closest to my heart. You have felt the sting of loss lately. The cutting away of friends you thought would be there forever, the closing of doors you expected to walk through. It felt like an amputation, but it was actually a divine pruning. I am the great gardener, and I only prune what I intend to grow. I had to remove the dead branches and the parasitic relationships that were draining your energy, because they cannot go where I am taking you next. You are being prepared to carry a fruit so heavy, so abundant, that your old structure would have collapsed under the weight. The cutting wasn't meant to hurt you, it was meant to save the harvest. The voice of the accuser loves to bring up the chapters of your life that you've already closed. He reminds you of your mistakes, your failures, and the versions of yourself you are no longer proud of. But I want you to hear this clearly. I do not look at you through the lens of your past. I look at you through the light of your potential. When I look at you, I don't see the person who fell. I see the warrior who got back up. The enemy keeps trying to drag you back to a grave that is already empty. You are not who you were 2 years ago, or even 2 months ago. The very fact that you are still here, still seeking my voice, is proof that the past has failed to consume you. You are a new creation, and your history is being rewritten in the ink of grace. You have mourned over the no's you received this past year. You cried over the job you didn't get, the person who walked away, and the investment that failed. You thought you were missing out, but I was actually shielding you. If I had let you enter those doors, they would have become your prison. If I had let you stay in those relationships, they would have stifled your destiny. My no was not a rejection of your worth. It was a protection of your future. I am redirecting your steps toward a yes that is so much greater than the no you've been grieving. What you lost was a distraction. What you are about to gain is a kingdom. Do not fear the emptiness you feel in this season, that hollow space in your chest, that quietness in your social circle. It is not a sign of lack, but a sign of capacity. I am expanding your soul to hold more of me. You cannot pour new wine into old wineskins, and you cannot receive the immense blessings of your future while clinging to the crumbs of your past. This void is a holy invitation to intimacy. I have cleared the stage of your life so that you can finally hear my whisper without the interference of the crowd. The emptiness is the evidence that something massive is about to be moved into place. You are being hollowed out so you can be filled with glory. For decades, your family has been operating under a ceiling, a spiritual limit that restricted how high you could climb and how far you could see. You've noticed the patterns, the same financial struggles, the same heartbreaks, the same cycles of addiction or depression that haunted your parents and their parents before them. It felt like a law of gravity you couldn't escape. But I am revealing to you the mystery of this moment. You are the one for whom the heavens have waited. The seal of that generational limitation is being broken right now. Not by your might, but by your surrender. The hidden reasons behind your family's constant struggle are being exposed, and the legal right of the enemy to claim your bloodline is being revoked in the highest courts of heaven. You have always felt like the black sheeps of the family, the one who didn't fit the mold, the one who asked too many questions, the one who saw the world through a different lens. For years, you felt this was a curse, a sign of your brokenness. But I am here to tell you, you were not the black sheep. You were the shepherd in disguise. You were placed in that family as a divine disruptor. I intentionally made you different, so that you would be the only one uncomfortable enough to seek a way out. Your rebellion against the old ways was actually your spirit's refusal to accept the chains that the rest of your bloodline had grown used to wearing. Every time you choose to forgive when your ancestors chose bitterness, a shockwave sends tremors through the spiritual realm. Every time you declare abundance in the face of lack, you are tearing down the altars of poverty that have stood for a century. The enemy isn't just fighting you, he is fighting the ripple effect of your obedience. He knows that if you break through, the entire dam will burst, and the blessings that were dammed up for generations will finally flood your life and the lives of those you love. Your private victories are creating public shifts. You are not just changing your mind, you are changing the spiritual climate of your entire lineage. I know the exhaustion that lives in your bones. I know how tired you are of being the strong one, the one who has to carry the emotional weight of everyone else's trauma. You have been fighting a war you didn't start, resolving conflicts that began long before you were born. But I have an urgent word for you. The war ends with you. I am not calling you to be a perpetual martyr. I am calling you to be a victorious finisher. The heavy lifting is coming to an end. You have cleared enough of the brush. You have dug enough of the well. We are moving from the season of sowing in tears to the season of reaping in joy. The spiritual debt of your bloodline has been settled at the cross, and the peace you are feeling right now is the sign that the ceasefire has finally begun. The first sign that your life is about to shift is a sudden, intense dissatisfaction with things that used to be enough. You find yourself bored with conversations that once interested you. You feel a holy frustration with your current level of income, your current routine, and even the people who surround you. This isn't ingratitude, my child. It is the stretching of your spirit. I am intentionally making your comfort zone feel like a prison, because I am preparing you to expand. You are outgrowing your old skin. This divine restlessness is the labor pain of the miracle that is about to be birthed through you. When the nest becomes uncomfortable, it's because the eagle was meant to fly. The second sign is the sudden and unexplained exit of certain people from your life. You may feel hurt, wondering why relationships you nurtured for years are suddenly disintegrating. But look closer. I am removing those whose assignments in your life have expired. Some people were only meant to be scaffolding while I built your foundation, but now that the structure is rising, the scaffolding must come down. Do not chase what is leaving. Do not try to resurrect what I have allowed to die. I am clearing the seats at your table because the people I am bringing in next carry the keys to your future, not the weights of your past. The final sign is the most mysterious. A profound, illogical peace in the middle of a situation that should be causing you a nervous breakdown. People look at your circumstances and wonder how you are still standing, how you are still smiling. This peace is the shalom of heaven, a wholeness that the world cannot give and the devil cannot take away. It is the sign that you have finally surrendered the wheel to me. When you stop trying to figure it all out, you give me the space to work it all out. This quietness in your soul is the announcement that the battle has already been won in the spiritual realm, and the physical manifestation is just a matter of time. Now that you recognize these signs, your perception is changing. You no longer see yourself as a survivor clinging to a life raft. You see yourself as a conqueror navigating a kingdom. The warning I gave you earlier was to prevent you from missing this transition. If you stay focused on the waves, you will miss the ship. If you stay focused on the pain, you will miss the purpose. Your eyes are being opened to see the invisible resources that have been surrounding you all along. Elisha's servant saw the enemy army, but Elisha saw the mountains filled with horses and chariots of fire. I am opening your spiritual eyes today to see that those who are with you are more than those who are against you. I have heard the enemy's boast that he has stolen your youth, your health, and your best years. But I am the God of restoration. I do not just give you back what was lost. I give it back with compound interest. I will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten. Every tear you cried in secret is being converted into an ocean of favor. The time you thought you wasted in that dead-end job or that broken relationship was actually a hidden training ground. Nothing is lost in my kingdom. I am collapsing time for you. What should have taken 10 years to achieve, I will do in 10 months. You are not behind. You are being catapulted forward. Within the sanctuary of your soul, there are gifts that have been sleeping for decades. These are not talents you learned in school. These are weapons of light forged in eternity. The empathy that once made you feel vulnerable is actually the gift of healing. The intuition you thought was anxiety is actually the prophetic voice of my spirit. Today, I am breathing upon these dormant embers. You will find your hands becoming warm with healing power. You will find words of wisdom on your tongue that you didn't put there. You are not just a believer. You are a carrier of the supernatural. The world is about to see through you what it has forgotten was possible. The greatest weapon you carry is not a strategy, but a frequency. The frequency of divine love. The enemy can mimic power, but he cannot withstand pure love. You are about to experience a revelation of my affection so profound that it will cauterize every old wound of rejection. This love will make you unoffendable and unstoppable. When you finally realize how deeply you are loved, you will stop seeking validation from people who are blind to your worth. You will walk into rooms not looking for love, but bringing it. You are becoming a lighthouse in a world that has grown cold and dark. Your heart is no longer a battlefield. It is a fountain. In the coming days, pay attention to your dreams and the sudden flashes of insight that come during quiet moments. I am downloading divine intelligence into your mind. You will receive ideas for businesses that solve problems, strategies for your family that bring restoration, and creative expressions that will touch the hearts of many. You don't need to struggle for these answers. You simply need to receive them. I am giving you witty inventions and spiritual blueprints. What others labor years to understand, I will reveal to you in a single moment of stillness. You are being upgraded from survival logic to kingdom wisdom. I am placing a new garment upon you, the robe of favor. From this moment on, you will notice a strange phenomenon. Doors will open for you that stay closed for others. People will go out of their way to help you, and they won't even know why. This is not because of your perfection, but because of my signature on your life. Favor will do for you in seconds what labor couldn't do in a lifetime. It will protect your reputation from the arrows of gossip and your finances from the spirit of lack. You are moving into a season where the wind is finally at your back. Walk boldly, for the favor of the Almighty is your rear guard. The atmosphere is now heavy with the glory of this transition. You can feel the weight of my presence, can't you? This is the moment where the spiritual becomes tangible. We're about to move into the final activation, the moment where you officially step across the threshold into your new identity. But before we do, I need you to release the last remnants of the person you used to be. Forgive the versions of yourself that didn't know better. Forgive those who hurt you in their own blindness. Empty your hands so that I can fill them with the scepter of your new authority. The old is gone. The new has truly come. Beloved child, I must tell you this with the utmost urgency. This window of opportunity will not stay open forever. The spiritual atmosphere is shifting, and the grace being poured out in this exact second is time-sensitive. This is why I interrupted your day. Do not scroll away thinking you can deal with this tomorrow. Tomorrow is the grave of 1,000 destinies. The enemy wants you to procrastinate because he knows that once you step into this light, he loses his grip on you forever. The time for some days is over. Your now has arrived. Can you hear the sound of the chains hitting the floor? That is the sound of your freedom, and it requires your immediate yes. I am challenging you to enter into a 21-day covenant with me. Mark this day on your calendar, for the person you see in the mirror today will be unrecognizable 3 weeks from now. In the next 21 days, I will release signs, wonders, and miracles that defy human logic. You will see financial blockages dissolve, Physical ailments dry up at the root, and doors of opportunity swing wide open. This is not a reward for your effort, but a demonstration of my glory. When these things happen, and they will come back to this place, share your testimony in the comments to ignite the faith of others. Your miracle is not just a gift for you, it is a weapon for the world. Now, stand tall in your spirit. It is time to speak to your mountains. Repeat these words in your heart or out loud, and feel the authority of heaven backing your voice. I decree that the cycle of lack is broken. I decree that the spirit of heaviness is lifted. I decree that I am no longer a slave to my past, but a master of my future. I am a child of the Most High, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Every closed door is now opening, and every crooked path is being made straight. I am not waiting for victory. I am walking in it. I am blessed to be a blessing, and my lineage is forever changed. As we seal this encounter, let these truths vibrate through every cell of your being. Say them with conviction. Sentence 1. I am chosen, not forsaken. Sentence 2. I am the head and not the tail. Sentence 3. My path is illuminated by divine light. Sentence 4. I attract abundance effortlessly. Sentence 5. My body is a temple of health and vitality. Sentence 6. I am a breaker of generational chains. Sentence 7. God's favor surrounds me like a shield. Sentence 8. I am walking into my greatest season yet. Sentence 9. Every setback was a setup for a comeback. Sentence 10. I possess the mind of Christ. Sentence 11. My family is restored and protected. Sentence 12. I am a magnet for divine opportunities. Sentence 13. Fear has no power over me. Sentence 14. I am loved with an everlasting love. Sentence 15. My destiny is unstoppable. Go now, my beloved, and walk with the stride of a king or queen. The world will try to tell you that nothing changed, but your spirit knows the truth. To claim this blessing and tell the heavens you have received it, type I receives or Amen in the comments right now. By doing this, you are marking the spiritual atmosphere with your faith. Share this video with 3 people who are currently in their midnight hour. Be the answer to their prayer today. Remember, I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. Your breakthrough has begun. Peace be with you. Amen.